Hello everyone, this is Mr. Speak and I'm here today to talk about Mirai Nikki, aka Future Diary, the manga. Now, the premise of the story is you have this antisocial character, not, like a cool guy that just roams around doing whatever he wants. It's, your average guy in middle school. He doesn't really talk to anybody and goes along and writes whatever happens around him in his diary. And all he has is this like imaginary friend who he contacts, and confides in. But it turns out his imaginary friend isn't an imaginary friend, but the god of their world. And he invites it's the protagonist on to be in the survival game. Well, more forces him to be in the survival game where the last person standing wins. He doesn't know against who he's playing against because it's not shown to him, but the guy wants nothing to do with the game. Now, as soon as he starts going along, he realizes that the god of their world also gave them these diaries which can tell the future. And it's not your standard future telling either. Each of them tells them a specific aspect of the future. For instance, his diary tells him about stuff that's going around him, and you'll find other variances as you read through the story. Anyway, he still doesn't want to be a game, but then he found another contestant who was right in his school named Gasai Yuno. Now, Yuno has liked him for a long time, and she's pretty much figured out everything by the little tells that he has, that he's in the game and everything. He still doesn't want to be anywhere near it. However, as soon as we go through the story, we find out that he doesn't really have a choice in whether or not he wants to participate in the game as the other people come after him. B, Gasai Yuno is not the most stable person, definitely not the most stable person. And C, there's more to this game than meets the eye. Overall, I would give it about 10 out of 10. It was a really good manga. Aside from, little flaws in the character that are pretty much, their development, this was a really good story. I would highly recommend you to read it. In fact, there are also two spin-offs. There's Mirai Nikki Mosaic and Mirai Nikki Paradox. Now, Mirai Nikki Paradox, they're both stories on their own, but Paradox has a spoiler to something that's revealed way later into the story. So I recommend reading that either after or towards the very end. I mean, like literally 3 or 4 chapters towards the end, rather than we're nearing the end and type of feeling. And Mosaic is more insights on some of the other characters who got into the game. I definitely would recommend it to somebody who's watched Death Note. It's along those lines, except this is strictly competition, as well as some other things. You have some great character development. Definitely how we see the protagonist break out into an entirely different person. Also, it raises the question: do the ends justify the means? That kind of question will kind of linger in the story for a while. It's definitely something to think about down the line. Now, you know, your mileage may vary on how good of a story it is, but I would definitely get it out of 10 out of 10. And I'll even attach a trailer to the anime, which is coming out this fall. It's a pilot based on bits and pieces from the first few chapters on what happened during them. I definitely recommend it to watch because there's a variety of characters, and to win the game they have to kill all the other players. So yeah, they don't even know who the other players are to begin with unless it's revealed to them like that. Hey, I'm player such and such. So they don't know who they're up against. They don't know anything. They all have to find this stuff out for themselves. So it's a very interesting ride. Again, 10 out of 10. And I have attached the trailer to pilot episode, whatever you want to call it, below to the anime that's coming out this fall. I encourage you to watch it or read it if you're not into anime, or if you just want to read the manga ahead of time. This is Mr. Speak signing off.